Hello, students. Welcome back to the discussion of the third part of the chapter, Nina and the Baby Sparrows. This is the third and the last video of this topic. Okay, so students, before we move on to the third part of the chapter, let us have a quick recap of all the things that we learned in the last video. So, as a premise, let me tell you, in the first video we saw that there's this little girl Nina whose aunt is getting married in Delhi, and for that reason, her whole family is going to Delhi, and for that everyone in Nina's family was very happy except Nina. She was so very sad for some reason that she was not willing to buy anything new when her mother took her to the market. Okay, so that is why Nina's mother asked her the reason for her sadness, and as we already saw that she was not giving any answer. Instead of giving any answer, what was she doing? She went on crying. We saw in pictures, I also showed you some meanings along with slides. Yes, where you saw that big tears, big drops of tears were rolling down Nina's cheeks. Yes, so she was not giving any answer, and instead of that, she was just crying. After seeing her crying, what did her mother do? Her mother comforted her. Comforted her means she put her arms around Nina so that Nina feels a little better. And when she again asked her the reason, finally Nina revealed that there is a sparrow's nest. And where was the sparrow's nest? It was in her bookshelf. The bookshelf was kept in her room. Okay, so she was sad because of the sparrow's nest. She did not want to go because, let us come to the last point now. The nest had baby sparrows who cannot look after themselves. We know that babies cannot look after themselves. Yes, be that human babies, be that animal babies or bird babies. Yes, so that is why Nina was unwilling to go, because there were baby sparrows in her room who could not care for themselves. We also saw that Nina was telling her mother about the condition of the sparrows. Now, what was the condition? The sparrows were very small. They were babies, and they had just begun to get their feathers. Yes. And since they are growing up, they need more food. And when they need more food, that means they are hungry. And when they are hungry, what do? They cry cheep, cheep, asking for food. So her mother understands this. And then again, Nina is saying, if we go, the whole place will be locked. Yes, now this is common sense. Whenever you are going anywhere, if nobody is there at your home, what will you do? The first thing that you will do will be to lock your house. Yes, we don't go anywhere without locking our house. If we are going to the market, if there is nobody inside, that has to be there. Okay, so if we are going to the market, or if we are going for some, for a visit to some distant place, we always lock our room. Let us see what is the meaning of the word locked. The meaning of the word locked is to secure something with a lock. You all know about a lock and a key. All of you have this at home. You have even locked your house yourself. Yes, many of you have this experience. In the picture also you can see that the lock, one picture is that of a closed lock and another is that of an open lock. And how do we close and open a lock? With the help of a key. And the condition of this lock being closed is called locked. So whenever we are using this closed lock onto something, whether it is our trunk or whether it is our room or our whole big house, that means if the lock is closed, then it means that the house or the room or the trunk is locked. Now comes the second part of her statement. And how will Papa and Mama sparrows feed their babies? See, this is a very good question. Yes, if the whole family is leaving for Delhi, they will definitely lock the house. Now, when they are locking the house, they will not just put a lock on the door, right? They will also close all the windows and ventilators and whatever open thing is there in their home. Yes, they will close down everything. So if they close everything, how will the mama and papa sparrows come inside and go outside to bring food and then feed their babies with that food? Yes. So the question that Nina is asking is very logical. Yes. Now let us see the meaning of the word feed. The meaning of the word feed is to give food to somebody. Okay, students, now you people can eat by your own hand, right? You people are like, you are old enough to do that. But when you were little kids, when you were in baby land or even younger than that, who used to feed you? Like, how did you eat in that time when you could not use your own hands? You still used to eat something? Yes, the food went inside your mouth. How did it go? It went inside your mouth, it went inside your stomach because your mother or your father used to feed you. They used to put the food with their own hands into your mouth. Yes, so you must have seen baby like sparrows or big birds, mother birds feeding their own babies. Yes, with worms or little fish. Yes, in this picture also you can see this little girl is feeding the bird. Yes, so this is what is the meaning of feed. Eat means to eat something when you are using your own hand to put something into your mouth, and feeding is when you are using your hand to put something into someone else's mouth. And in case of birds, they don't have hands, so they don't use their hands. So what do the mother birds do? They use their own beak to put the food inside the mouth of the baby birds. Now that you know the meaning of the word feed, let us proceed. Oh, Nina, cried mother, giving her a big hug. So, why is her mother crying now? Her mother is crying because she is very happy to see that her little daughter is not just logical to understand that if they lock the room, the sparrows will not be able to come in and go out, but she is also very emotional. She is also very sensitive towards beings or towards living things which cannot care for themselves. Yes, so it is a very good quality. So this is something that you can learn from Nina. Okay, so whenever you see some person or some animal in danger, or you see if they need any help, you should always help them. Okay, this is why Nina's mother was also crying, giving her a big hug. Now, remember in the last video we discussed about something like this, the word hug. Let us again see what it exactly means. So, what is a hug? It is an act of holding someone tightly in one's arms, especially to express affection. As you can see in the picture, the mother has put her arms around the little girl, just like in last video we saw that Nina's mother had put her arms around Nina. Yes, so putting your arms around somebody is to hug that person. Yes, and we generally hug each other when we are expressing our love and affection for the other person. Okay, so let us proceed. Another thing, students, the sentence that you can see, oh, Nina, cried mother, giving her a big hug. Now, when I said that Nina's mother was crying, it may have another interpretation, this sentence. The first thing is, see, the word cry, we already know what the word cry means. Yes, it simply means to cry. When tears are rolling down your cheeks, you are crying. Okay, but cry has another meaning. Okay, so when it is said that, oh, Nina, cried mother, it may have two statements. One, It can be, or it may be, that her mother was actually crying, or it may also be that her mother shouted in surprise. This is not a shout which you get when your mother is angry at you. Yes, your mother shouts, your teachers shout at you. Yes, when they are very angry, when you annoy them. But this is not that kind of a shout. This is when we use this word for shouting when we are very surprised. Okay, so her mother was very surprised. Oh, this was the reason. This is something you were getting so worried about. That is why so this word can be used in both the ways. Okay, next, is that why you don't want to go to the wedding? But that's no problem at all. We'll leave the window open. Okay, so there is an idea. There is a plan. Okay, and what plan is that? That even when they are locking the room and locking the whole house, what will they do? They will leave the window open. Now just see Nina's statement, how excited she is. Now students, another thing, when you are reading these things, when you are doing reading practice at your home, make sure that you use the correct intonation for the correct set of words. Okay, like the sentence that we are going to read next, it cannot be read as, oh, can we, mother, can we really? No, it cannot be read like this. It should be read like, oh, can we, mother, can we really? Okay, so if you read like this, it sounds more interesting, right? So what does mother say? Yes, we'll remove all your things from the room and lock the door on the outside. So the house will be perfectly safe. Okay, so the plan is quite good. Yes, what will they do? They will lock the door, fine, and they will keep the window open. But if any thief is planning to get inside, what will he find? He'll find nothing, because there will be nothing inside the room. Okay, and they will put everything, whatever is there inside that room, they will keep everything outside and they will lock the door from the outside. We came across this word safe. It means to be protected from any danger or risk. So when her mother is saying that their house will be, their house will be perfectly safe, it means it will be safe from any thieves or any kind of outsiders who may pose any kind of a danger or risk. Okay, so I'm continuing from the last page. It was written there, so the house will be perfectly safe and Papa and Mama sparrows can come and go freely too. Okay, so this is quite a good idea, because if they keep the window open, there is no risk of anything being stolen, because there is nothing kept inside the room. Okay, but if the window is open, the Papa and the Mama sparrows can easily come in and go out. Yes, they can go out for bringing food, and they can also come in with that food. And if they can do this freely, then the baby sparrows will not be hungry and Nina will not have to be worried anymore. Yes, let us look at the word, the meaning of the word freely. The word freely means not under the control of another and as one wishes. So here the birds are completely free. Why? The first reason is that they are not caged. When birds are put inside cages, do you think they are free? Can you call them free? No, you cannot call them free. A bird is free only when it is not caged, only when it can easily go wherever it wants to go. Okay, so in this case, the baby sparrows will not be going hungry because their mama and papa sparrows are free birds and they can easily come in and go out. Mother goes on saying, just think, Nina, while you enjoy yourself at the wedding, the baby sparrows will be getting nice and fat in their nest. Good idea, isn't it? It was a good idea. Okay, so her mother's idea is really a good one. The house will be safe. Nothing will be stolen. The baby sparrows will be fine and fit and fine, and Nina can also enjoy the wedding. Yes. So what is she telling Nina? That she can easily enjoy herself at the wedding, and here the baby sparrows will be getting nice and fat in their nest. Okay. And see, the word idea has been repeated twice here. Okay. I know many of you know the meaning of the word idea, but let us still have a look at it. The word idea means to have an understanding, thought, or a picture in your mind. This was Nina's mother's idea. Okay. So she had kind of picturized this whole thing in her head, and she had this thought. Okay. That is why this is an idea, and this is a very good idea. Yes. And let's see whether this idea or this plan becomes successful or not. You know what, kids? The idea that Nina's mother had given proved to be a successful one, because when Nina came back from the wedding, there were 2 plump little sparrows flying all over the room. Okay, so you see what happened. Nina, she could easily enjoy the wedding. She did not have to be worried about these baby sparrows. And when she came back, what did she find? Did she find the baby sparrows? No, the baby sparrows were not babies anymore because they had grown up. Yes, and birds, they grow pretty fast, unlike human beings. And when she came back, what did she find? She found 2 plump little sparrows. And what were they doing? They were flying all over the room. Okay, let us have a look at the meaning of the word plump. The word plump means having a full rounded shape. Okay, so whenever a person is fit and fine, whenever a person is healthy, that person can be called plump. The same thing applies for birds as well. Okay, if your bones are sticking out of your body, if you are very thin, you cannot be called plump. Plump means having a full rounded shape. And now we come to the last line of the chapter. What is it? And wasn't Nina thrilled? Definitely. If you were in place of Nina, you would have had the same emotion on seeing the little birds flying all over your room. The birds whom you cared for, when they have grown up and they are completely fine and healthy, you will definitely be very happy. So Nina was also very happy, and she was thrilled to see the birds. Now let us have a look at the meaning of the word thrilled. The word thrilled means to have a sudden feeling of excitement and pleasure. So, students, when Nina was coming back to her home, on her way home, she did not have an idea about what she is going to see. So it was a kind of suspense. Yes, it may have been 2 ways. One, that what she is seeing, she could have seen this, or she could have seen something very bad. Yes, that the sparrows have already left, or the sparrows have died there. Yes, but when she opened the door and when she entered the room, she saw the birds flying, and she was very thrilled. She was very excited. And why the word sudden? It is sudden because she had no idea about it. Yes, she was in a complete suspense. Yes, so when she got inside the room, she was full of excitement and pleasure, and that is why the word thrilled has been used. Now that we have finished the chapter, let us have a look at the author. Okay, now who is an author? An author is a person who writes a story. And who is the author of this particular story? It is Pratibha Nath. So, see, in the right-hand side of your screen, in the lower side of the right-hand side, the name of the author is written. Let us have some more knowledge about our author. The picture that you can see is the picture of our author, Pratibha Nath. Okay, so she has not just written your story, Nina and the Baby Sparrows. She has done many other things. Let us just have a look at those. She's a great storyteller, journalist, and a teacher. So she's a very good storyteller. We already know because the chapter that we just now learned was a very interesting one. Yes. Pratibha Nath started writing stories at the tender age of 6. Just imagine. You people are right now, you are either of 8, 9 or 10 years old. Yes. At the age of 6, you had barely started writing. Okay. You were probably writing only alphabets or small sentences. But this particular woman, when she was a little girl, she started writing stories. Just imagine how talented she was. She has written several books for use in schools. She's also a creative writer herself, and many of her storybooks are on the shelves of a library in the United States. Now, US is the acronym for United States. Okay, so she is very famous because we're not just reading her works in India, but her storybooks are also available in the United States. Her specialty is writing short stories. As a journalist, she has contributed articles and short stories to many leading newspapers and magazines. So just see, the person who has written this interesting story is so very talented that she is not just famous in this country, but also overseas. Now the time for questions has come. Let us have a look at all the probable questions that can come up while you are reading the chapter. The first question is, when do the baby sparrows cry? Answer, the baby sparrows cry when they are hungry. Number 2, how do they plan to keep the home safe? Answer, they plan to keep the home safe by keeping the window open and removing everything from Nina's room. Question number 3, who feed the baby sparrows? Answer, the mama and papa sparrows feed their babies. Number 4, how will the baby sparrows be healthy? Answer, the baby sparrows will be healthy because the mama and papa sparrows will be easily able to feed their babies. You see, the questions are very, very easy. You can easily do these on your own. Okay. Question number 5. Who is the author of the story Nina and the Baby Sparrows? We have discussed in this video, it is Pratibha Nath. So your answer will be Pratibha Nath is the author of the story Nina and the Baby Sparrows. Now students, keep one thing in mind. Whenever you have been asked a question like this, try to answer this in full sentence. Don't just write Pratibha Nath. Yes, the answer is correct. But since you are dealing with English language here, it is better to write the whole sentence. Question number 6. What was Nina's reaction after coming back? Nina was thrilled to see the baby sparrows fine and healthy. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the chapter. I hope you all enjoyed all the 3 videos on this particular topic. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day ahead.